watching us from, we thank God for your life. We thank God for those who are watching from Africa. We thank God for those who are joining us here. India, those who are joining us. I mean, God has blessed us. We have people watching from all over the world. So thank you so much for joining me. It's going to be a very blessed show the whole of this month. February, everybody's talking about love. Love is in the air. And we have really take our time to deal, with love. The first weekend we spoke about first love, which was good because you have to love yourself first before you can love anybody. So we did all that. Last week, Reverend Agre and the wife was here, and we really talk about relationship, the importance of relationship. And today I have the privilege to host Dr. Love himself. That's how he called himself, Dr. Love. So today I want somebody to ask him that question. Why did he call himself Dr. Love? And I think he will be able to explain it to you. But thank you so much. Share the video with somebody, okay? This year, we want to use our social media as a campaign to win more souls for Christ, whilst encouraging people to know Jesus. So you want to make sure that you share the video with somebody so it's be a blessing to them. Today we are talking about what love is not, okay? So love is everything. Some people say, I love my shoe, I love this, I love that. And I said in my video, sometimes because we don't even know what love is, we tend to not even respond to it well. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for sharing the video. But our team this year, there are 1,000 reasons that you can feel. There are 1,000 excuses. But this year, no excuse. We're just going to trust God to be self-disciplined enough so we don't give an excuse. Whatever God wants for us to do, whatever we have to do, we will not put it down and be waiting on anybody, but we will take responsibility this year in every aspect of our life. So thank you once again. I'm going to talk about what love is because we treated it, so I'm just going to mention it. Then we will go into what love is not. So I put it here. Love is unconditionally positive. Love is unconditionally positive. And it's unconditionally because it's not what the person do. You love them not just because you want something from them. You love them not because they are doing something for you, but you love them for who they are. And we spoke about wherever you want to see this is a genuine love, or wherever we mention love, this is what we have to look for. You want to look for faithfulness. You want to look for care, okay? Because you cannot say love without faithfulness. You cannot mention love without care. You want to look for commitment, dedication, sacrifice. So when we talk about love, we are looking for all these things. And if commitment is not there, if sacrifice is not there, dedication is not there, caring is not there, then what you are really talking that is love is not love. So today we are going to talk about what love is not. But before we start the show, I just want to give a shout out to my friend, my sister, one of the women of God in this city that really supports me. I know that she supports me with everything. Everything I do, she's there. Everything I do, and I don't take it for granted. Pastor Nana Adadi, today is your birthday. And I just want to say from Woman of Influence, a seat, we love you. We honor you. You are just an awesome, amazing woman of God. And we don't take all the driving. You drive for an hour and a half to come to the show, to support me here. I don't know what to say. But I know I owe you lunch. I call you. I didn't get you. I know how you celebrate things, so maybe you are hiding somewhere. But I just want you to know that you are watching. Sometimes you are FBI. You can be in Jamaica somewhere and you'll still be watching. But enjoy your birthday. And I thank God for your life. I pray for the best of the best and how God is increasing you in so many ways now. It's just amazing. You are a wonderful sister. You are a wonderful friend. Thank you. Thank you for just being there always. And I salute you. So happy birthday from all of us, Woman of Influence. We love you. Celebrate your birthday with a meaning, with a joy. You are awesome. You are a blessing. God bless you. Okay. Dr. Love. Dr. Love, Pastor Nana will ask you, because if Pastor Nana is watching, I know she will ask that question. Why do you call yourself Dr. Love? But thank you so much for coming to Woman of Influence. You are just an amazing husband, amazing father, amazing pastor, amazing everything. Thank you for just being you.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to Woman Influence. So, Dr. Love, we are talking about what love is not. So, in your own words, before we even go into the notes, what love is not in your own words?
Love is not the feeling you feel in your stomach when you see somebody with six-pack.
Mm-hmm.
Love is not the feeling you feel because you've seen somebody with the breast you like, or the back, or the body shape you are looking for. That's not love. Those things, as much as they count when it comes to true love, that is not love. Because infatuation and love are quite similar. You can be infatuated with somebody, their look, their personality, and their body shape, their smile, their hair, and not be in love with them. Infatuation and love feel the same way. And a lot of people have been driven on the wind of infatuation only to get into a relationship with a person. Infatuation fades away. Love is permanent.
Wow.
It stays because it's a commitment, because it's a devotion, because it's something you make up your mind you want to stay with the rest of your life. It doesn't easily fade away. So love is not the feelings you feel when you see something that you admire and like about a person. Okay? So that's a little thing.
Oh, okay. And it's good because it look like, because a lot of people say, oh, I feel like, so today you feel like loving the person. So if tomorrow you wake up and you don't feel like that, would the love still be there? And whilst we are here, let me ask this question, because even as a married couple, it's not every day that you wake up, especially sometimes the hormones working on the other aspect. You wake up and you are even annoyed already. Nobody have said anything. So it's not every day you wake up that you even feel yourself. You yourself, you are not even feel yourself than to feel your partner. Is it automatic that you wake up and you are always in love?
Like I said, love is not feelings.
Okay.
Even though the feelings is involved, you cannot limit and restrict love to just the emotional feelings that you feel, because love is deeper than feelings.
Okay.
And it goes beyond the feeling. it's a commitment, it's a devotion, it's a dedication. So, like you rightly said, there are sometimes you wake up and you don't have no feelings towards your partner. But it doesn't mean you don't love them.
Okay.
Because you're not in a mood. Your mind is not there. Maybe you are thinking about job and it does not affect or change your commitment, your devotion, and your dedication to the person you call your lover. When people restrict and limit their love to the sensations and the feelings and the emotions, that's where they get into trouble. Because they wake up today and they don't feel the sensation they had when they first met their partner, they think they are no more in love. Okay? So as much as feelings and emotions are involved in love, it's not limited and it's not restricted to that. And the unmatured will just go with that. You know, if it's just based on the feelings and the emotions, then it is an infatuation.
Okay.
Because once that thing fade away, then guess what? I'm no more in love. I dump you and I go. And usually those are all centered on selfishness. Because I've seen what I'm looking for in a woman, or I like big breasts. So you have big breasts. So I'm going to pursue you. Once I'm able to play with that big breast, I dump you and I go look for the next one.
Okay.
That's not love. There's no commitment there. There's no devotion there. There's no dedication there. Love will always come with dedication. It will always come with commitment. It will always come with devotion. I'm in here for the long haul. And again, when we get deeper into the different kinds of love and type of love, which must be involved in every marital relationship, then you realize that, okay, it cannot just be based on feelings.
Wow. So let me read this, then you tell me what you think here. Love is not about having somebody else, or I want, like having somebody else, or I want you, or I want something from you. I love you. Love is giving. So love is not just because I want something from you. For me, I think that love should be, I want to give something. So if somebody is with you because of what they want, they want you to be in a certain way, they want you to behave in a certain way, everything is what they want. Is that love?
No, that creates a problem, because if you are in for what you want to get and not the benefit of who you are involved with, or the mutual benefit of who you are involved with, that is not love. Okay. And that is going to be a problem, and that's going to create a problem. So you want to make sure that you don't get involved. Then that becomes, if it's based on just what I want, it's now termed selfishness.
Okay.
You're becoming selfish. And selfishness doesn't make marriage work. It doesn't make friendship work. It doesn't make no relationship to work. So if the relationship is going to work and it's going to be true love, then there have to be selflessness. Selflessness says that I'm in here not just for my good, but for your good. I'm in here to make sure that you are happy just as I'm happy. In fact, love will say that your happiness gives me happiness.
Okay.
Your safety gives me safety. Your peace gives me peace. That's what true love works. And that's what love is about.
So can you love a person and not be in love with them?
That's a difficult question. Can you love a person and not be in love with them? How is that?
Because we can fake it. I've seen people who says that, okay, if you like, it's because of what I'm getting.
Exactly.
Okay, so once I'm not getting,
then that's not love.
Yeah, so it means that I love you because of what I'm getting.
Yes, so
but it should be a pure love. So the question is, can you love a person and not be in love with that person?
Yes, so then you are describing two kinds of life. That's what I was saying, that, you see, you need to understand the various kinds of love. All right? We have the filial love. which is the love that two friends have, okay? And it's based on two mutual, and both friends are in it for their mutual benefit. Somebody I can confide in, somebody I can chat with, somebody I can be able to, do things together with. This friendship, and even that friendship, there are levels. We are friends because we work on a job. After the work is over, the friendship is over. Yeah. If I don't see you, I don't think about you, I'm not going to call you. If I call you, it has to do with the work thing. Then we have friendship that has to do with, we are friends in church. But then there are some friends that cut across. These are the people, when you are getting married, you want them there. If you are going for surgery, you call them and tell them, can you pray with me? They are involved in everything that you do. All right? So if your love is just based on, okay, I love you, but I'm not in love with you, then it means that, some of these friends that you have, they are not your romantic partners. They are just friends. So the question that was asked, I will put it in this category. Maybe this person is just a friend, okay, but then it's not somebody I want to be romantically involved with, or somebody I want to spend the rest of my life with as a husband or wife. Yeah. So to answer that question, that is possible if it is in that context. And that's where a conflict arises. Maybe you see someone, you love the person as a platonic friend. But then the person wants to move it to the next level, to a romantic friendship, then a problem comes. You don't feel that way about the person, but the person is feeling that way. That's a problem.
Okay. So can love be developed in stages?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
The love can be developed in stages. For instance, two mutual friends, they met at work. They are just friends. What brought them together was their work. Then the more they get to talk to each other, they are bonding, because communication have a way of bonding with people. That's why any people who say they are friends and they are not communicating, or married that there is no communication, eventually it will die. So as they are talking, they are bonding. Then they realize that we have a lot of things in common. We kind of like each other. We make each other happy. So guess what? If mutual love is developed, so then now the person now becomes sexually or romantically attracted to the person, and the person also reciprocates with an equal romantic attraction. So they move it to that level. Okay? Then it can get to a point where now they see themselves not just as friends, but they can see themselves as brothers and sisters. Then now they can see themselves as husband and wife if they choose to. So love can grow. Love is also in stages, depending on the parties involved and how disciplined they are to work it.
Okay. It's love and exchange. And if I say that, this is what I mean. So sometimes when somebody say, I want you, okay, it means that they want to exchange something from you. Okay, they want, once the want comes in, it means that they want, okay, you give me this, I give you that. So can we say that love is an exchange? Because now we have a lot of young people who are looking for love in so many wrong places.
Yeah. I won't say that in one sense. Again, let's take us, so in order for us to put these questions in perspective so that the answers will resonate and make sense, let's take our time to develop or to explain types of love. Okay, types of love. If I see you as a platonic friend, all right? No ulterior motive. We just want to be friends. Maybe we study together, we work together, we go to church together. I see you. You are a good person. I like your personality. You make me laugh. I feel comfortable around you. And the same with the partner. That's one level of friendship. Okay? I'm benefiting from you. You also benefit from me. We keep each other's companion. We laugh together. We go to church together. We pray together. That's one level. Once somebody wants to move this to the next level, then it changes the whole equation.
Okay.
When that happens and one person is not ready, that's a problem. then that can create a conflict. Okay, we are just platonic friends. Now I want to move it to a romantic friendship or love. But the other person doesn't feel the same. He wants to just keep it this way. Then they say, okay, you are selfish, you are this, you are that. So then it means that all this while, what you were doing, you have other ulterior motive. Then they say, no, that's not there. It's just because the way we started talking, I started having this feeling about you. It has to be mutual. If you are feeling this way, communicate what you are feeling. And then without imposing it, and without sounding like, okay, I have been around all these years because I wanted to follow up it to get to this point. Then you are making a different, you are making a mistake. But if you tell the person, listen, we're just friends. I kind of beginning to like you. Test the person's pulse and see if they also feel the same way. Then you both can move it to the next level. If not, then there's going to be a conflict.
Okay. But sometimes I hear people saying that, is my mic on? Okay. I hear people saying that if you love me, then you could do this. You understand?
Yeah.
Especially, when it comes to the teenagers. Or even, it's not just teenagers thing. Okay, it's my mic is off. Amen. Yeah, my mic is off. So, can you change it for me? So when they say that, okay, if you love me, then you could do this. Knowing that whatever you are asking them to do is not the right thing. But then they are pushing you to a corner that if you love me, then do this. What?
Yeah. That's not love. That is, again, love is not selfish. Love is not, love will not push you to do things against your will. Love won't keep you in bondage. So anything that is pushing you to act out of character, I'm suspicious of that kind of love. And so I don't need to prove by violating my personal cause and principles to prove to you that I'm in love with you. So for instance, a man tells a woman, if you love me, sleep with me. If you love me, let's get pregnant. If you love me, let's do this. I don't think that is true love, and I don't think that's Christianity. So anybody who is pushing you to do that, I think you should sit back and review whether this person truly cares about you or they are just looking to come and ruin or destroy your life. Be careful.
We are sorry if the sound is not. Hopefully now it's better and you can hear us. You can hear us better. So what are some of the signs that, now that we are here, what are some of the signs that we can see that this is not love? Is there any sign that when somebody show to you, you know that, okay, this is not love?
One, if the person is abusive,
okay,
to you, you can't tell me you love me and you are abusive either emotionally, with words, physically, disrespectful. All these things goes to tell you and point to you that what this person is calling love is not love. And don't sit down. We've seen sometimes in abusive situation where the person is abusing you and they're telling you that you are the one making me do this to you. Because true love cares. True love protects. True love defends. True love is giving. So anything opposite of this, anything that is putting you down, trying to take advantage of you, exploit you, doesn't want you to blossom, doesn't want you to flourish, doesn't want you to be happy. It's like when you are sad, when you are not well, it's what makes them happy. And that's not true love. Wow. Because when you look at 1 Corinthians chapter 13, it says, love is not puffed up. Love is not arrogant. Love is forgiving. Love is not selfish. So anything that anybody is doing to let you know they are not into you, that should be a sign. That should be a warning sign. It doesn't matter what you feel. And sometimes the indiscipline of curbing our own feelings.
Yeah.
Because true love will also let you know and detect that this thing that this person is doing to me is not right.
Wow.
And should be able to walk away from it.
So when you are dealing with people, how do you know whether it's love or lust?
Oh.
Because sometimes they
yeah. Right away, like I said, a lustful person, they are in a hurry. Love is patient. True love is patient. Because if I truly love you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you, why am I going to rush to want to sleep with you now?
Okay.
Because if my aim and my agenda is to spend the rest of my life with you, I have the rest of my life to spend with you. So I'm not going to hurry to want to go to bed with you today in breaking God's moral laws and God's moral code and destroy and ruin something that can be beautiful. I will be patient. Okay. So any love that is rushing, let's sleep now, let's go do this thing now. Even when we have to get married, they are in a hurry to marry. Okay, there are some who tell you, okay, if you want us to marry before we sleep, okay, no problem. Let's go to the court and do it this way.
Yeah.
They don't want to get the church involved. They don't want to get your parents involved. They don't want to get all these things. That should be a warning sign that this person is not in here for the true love. This person is in infatuation and they are rushing things. And once they sleep with you, the infatuation will leave. And then they will tell you, I don't feel the same no more. So they want to back up from the relationship. And many people's life have been destroyed. Many people, sometimes they will hang in there, give birth 2-3 children with you. Then now they wake up one day, they say, no, it doesn't feel the same way no more. It wasn't true love. It was an infatuation.
Yeah, so, sweetie, now that we are here, with all this thing going on, I think even last week we mentioned it. If and you said sometimes I don't understand. Okay, so you say love, you are living with a person, you are doing everything you have to do. Some people acting like wives than even those of us who are wives. They cook, they clean, they do extra. And still, 1 year comes, 3 years, it's jumping, you are just sitting there. In this world that we live in, your name is not on anything. If anything happened, the family can just come and even sack you from the house. So what make people endure that situations? And when you ask them, oh, because I love him, oh, because I love it. What type of love is that?
So my point here is that love should motivate you to want to do the right thing. Love should push you to want to, and again, let's put this in perspective. And we are talking in the context of the church. If you fear God, you love God, you want to please God, and in trying to please God, you want to do what God instructs us to do. In the people of the world, right now, they think that, okay, love is just a feeling. Let's stay together. We have children. Once you don't hurt me, I don't hurt you. We are okay. We are cohabiting. We are shacking. We are doing all those kind of things going on. For me, I think it's foolishness. Because at the end of the day, you are the one who is going to get hurt. Mm-hmm. Because you spend all your life building something with this person. It's not properly documented. It's not legal. And so tomorrow, if the person said, I don't want you no more, what are you going to work with?
Yeah.
That's where it gets nasty. That's where the children will become victims of these. Sometimes people start plotting murder because now somebody said there's a thin line between hate and love.
Yeah.
So now that you don't love me no more, it's going to tend to hate. And I'm going to come after you. Try to plot, how can I hurt you? How can I steal from you? I don't think that is love, because true love stays true all throughout. You're not going to wake up one day and say, I don't like you no more, so let me see how I can kill you. But when it's outside of God, people are plotting, people are planning, because you've hurt me, so I want to hurt you back. True love doesn't act that way.
Wow. Oh, thank God. If you are just joining us, we are talking about what love is not. Okay, because some of us, we twist it, okay, and we use what I want. We use, if I give you this, I want this back, that type of exchange. And we don't get the love that I think God have planned for each one of us. Because the Bible says that for God so loved, okay, the word, for God so loved you and me, he gave. Love is giving. Love is always looking for the best of the other person. Love is not what I want, not because I'm giving you this, or you have to give me this. So what happens if the person cannot give back? Then is it still a true love? So for me, true love is always giving. True love is always giving. And if you are just joining us, we are talking about love. It's important, okay? It's very important. The whole of this month I've been talking about it. Because love is everything. Okay, love is everything. I can just imagine, okay, living in the world and you don't know love, you don't receive love, and you are just living. I don't know how that aspect will be. I haven't experienced it. But even growing up, you have your parents loving you throughout. Then you get to a point, the love shift to maybe having a friend, a shift to maybe going to your husband's house, and you continue having children. That's another aspect of love. So love is every aspect of our life. So we really have to understand what love is, and not just, just sit there and receive abuse and go through all those things that sometimes doesn't make sense. It doesn't just make sense, and you call it love. Love is not that. If I love you, I won't hurt you. If I love you, I won't push you. If I love you, I won't slap you. Okay, and woman of influence, I'm very passionate about this. It's weak men that slap women. It's weak men that beat women. And for you to also be foolish enough sitting there and receiving all those things and call it love. Please, that is not love. I don't know how you want to define that as love. That is not love.
And see, when people themselves, again, from each one's background, how you were raised, if you don't know what love is, and you have never tasted love before, and somebody is abusing and is telling you that is love, you may end up accepting that as love. Okay? That's why we must be governed and guided by the word of God. True love it's selfless. It's not selfish. True love is caring. So whomever you are going to be with as a lover must care for you as you care for them. So I'm thinking well of you. I'm thinking about your well-being, your advancement in life, how you are comfortable, how you are healthy, and all of that. That's what true love is always thinking and meditating on. If you grow up in a house where your mother was abused by your father, or your father was abused by your mother, or vice versa, either they traded words, there was no serenity in the home, you yourself, you were abused verbally, you were abused physically, and so you haven't tasted any truth. And sometimes these things psychologically, we grow up with it, and we get attracted to the wrong people. Because if you haven't experienced true love before, you'll be going out looking for it. And then you see, and when you take your time and you examine very well, ladies who are always falling into the hands of abusive men came from abusive homes. And so they end up looking for a father figure. Maybe their father wasn't there. So they are looking for the approval of a father, a man to tell them. And they tend to date older men that are far older, because they are looking for somebody to tell them, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. And then it turns to an abusive situation. And the person is bullying you. You can't express yourself. Even if you have to use the restroom, you have to ask permission.
If you have to eat, they tell you how much you can eat, when you can eat, who can be your friend, who can be your friend. And you think that that's love. That's not love. That's control. That's somebody trying to manipulate your destiny. A person who loves you wants to see your happiness and want to see you blossom. And so if you're having friends that you share common values with, that will help you to be happy, he's also happy to want to meet these friends so that you are happy. If your career is going forward and that's what's bringing you fruitfulness and fulfillment in life, he's happy about it and wants to get involved, because as you are happy, he's happy. As you are being fulfilled, he's also being fulfilled, and vice versa. If these things are not in place, then what you are addressing and calling as love is not love. Anyone who is looking to take from you, all right? They want to take your destiny. They want to take your time. They want to take your talent. They want to take your gift. They want to take your money. I heard a very interesting story about a young lady who was doing well by herself in the church. And then a man who came pretending to love, and then came, married this person, took the person out of church, and then made sure that the lady liquidated all her investment, spent the money out, turned the lady to a beggar, and ran away. Oh. That's not love. That's not love. And I believe that we're doing these programs so that you can learn some of these things and don't fall victims to these scammers who are out there. It is better you love yourself and still single than to be desperate and fall into the hands of a scammer, a liar. And by the way, now they are so good in speaking Christianese. They speak the language of the church. And then they show up in church. And just the fact that you meet the person in church does not make them a saint. So take your time. And that is why bring them to come and meet your man of God. Bring them to come and meet your woman of God. Bring them, because what you can see, probably your man of God or your woman of God can see it. And when you come, let's interrogate them. And number two, make sure you yourself, you are portraying Christ before them. If you don't respect yourself and they can convince you to begin to act like a wife, they sleep with you, you get pregnant for them, you are cooking for them, you are doing laundry for them, you are giving them loans. You are not married yet. The person is giving you loan. Shouldn't he be the one giving you money? Now he's rather coming to take loan from you. I need loan to pay my mortgage. I need loan to pay my rent. I need loan to pay my car note. And you want to spend the rest of your life with such a person? And he also wants to sleep with you. The time he's using to sleep with you, you should go look for a job.
That's it.
And work hard.
That's it. If you are joining us, we are talking to Dr. Love. You see, I told you, but nobody have asked him that question. Can somebody ask for me? Why does he call himself Dr. Love?
It's a private conversation.
I just want somebody to ask him. But sweetie, it's love in our expectation. And when I say that, it's the idea of trying to love a person to kind of behave in a certain way. So what I'm expecting from a person. So is love one expectation?
I don't understand the question.
You don't understand. Okay. Let me read it. I said it here. I says that love is not about somebody else fulfillment, our expectations. So it's not
like fulfilling your expectations.
Yes. So that is not like you and me, our love. It's not for my fulfillment and my expectation in love towards you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So again, in the context of in a relationship and marriage relationship, everybody goes into a relationship with one expectation or the other. It is when you go into a relationship with a wrong expectation and those expectations are not met, that you become disappointed and frustrated. And there are some times where people go into marriage with a wrong expectation. if you are not happy on your own and you think that getting married is what will make you happy, that's a wrong expectation. It's not going to happen, and you are going to be having problem. Number 2, if you have problem with sexual promiscuity, you can't keep your zippers on. You cannot stop fornicating, and you thinking that, oh, the reason why I'm fornicating is because I'm not married. Once I get married, I'll stop fornicating. You will be rudely awakened the next day after you get married or you come back from your honeymoon. You realize that if you can't discipline yourself now, if even you get married, you will still not be able to discipline yourself. Because when you finish sleeping with your wife and you step out, you see another woman that looks beautiful as your wife, you want to still get into bed with them. So the issue is not about the marriage. The issue is about you. So if you haven't dealt with yourself, if you can't be happy on your own and you go and marry somebody, you are bringing your misery into the person's life. So can you imagine 2 miserable people with wrong expectation? I'm coming in so that he will make me happy. I'm coming in so she will make me happy. That is a recipe for disaster. You are miserable. He's miserable. It's a marriage of miserable people. And hurt people. And that's where conflict begins to start. So don't go into love or fall in love expecting the other person just to make you happy. Okay? Go with love. And then when the person also comes with love, it's a union of love. It works.
It works. And that's true. I always tell my women that, it's not your husband's responsibility to make you happy. You have to be happy, find a way to be happy. Then when your husband bring happiness and add to it, that's a bonus. But if you are not happy, nobody in life can make you happy.
Yep.
It's a choice. It's a decision. You have to decide that I want to live my life and I want to live it happy. And guess what? Happiness is not when you have 10,000 in your account. Because the 10,000 will not produce happiness. So happiness is not even what your husband is giving you or what your husband is not giving you. It's you saying to yourself, I want to be happy. So whether your husband is giving you money or not, you are happy. But if all that you are looking for is for this man to make you happy, then you'll be miserable. You'll be miserable. Then you will be looking, well, what can he do? Then he didn't do this. He didn't do that. That's why I'm miserable. No, you are miserable yourself. It doesn't have anything to do with your husband. And it goes to the single persons too. Why are you pack your life? Why do you have to pack your life? Waiting for a man to come and move you? Are you kidding me? No man can move you. Move yourself. Do that course. Improve yourself. Do that traveling if you have to. Whatever you want to do, do it. Don't wait. Don't pack your life and sit there and say that, oh, I'm waiting for Mr. Right. There's no Mr. Right coming. You have to make yourself right.
Mr. Right to meet you when you are doing you.
Yes. And making yourself right.
When you are pursuing your life. No man is looking for a bomb. No man is looking for a woman who is going nowhere. And the world is changing, and I'm sure we all know that. Just like a woman should not go marry a man that you have to take care of. Men are also looking for a woman that's going to add value to them. So you're pursuing your career, you're pursuing your destiny, you're pursuing your life, you are doing something. That excitement and that blossoming of your life makes you attractive to your potential suitor. But if you suspend your life and you pack your life and you say, well, I'm waiting to get married before I go back to school. I'm waiting to get married before I buy a house. I'm waiting to get this done before I do this. People are going to look at you and say, you are going nowhere. So guess what? Forget you. And whilst you are sitting down there waiting for Mr. Right, you are being unfulfilled.
Yeah.
Remember, every day the clock is ticking. As the clock is ticking, you are aging. You're not getting younger. You're growing. So take advantage and seize the time and do the best out of yourself. And listen, love you, love God, and love people. If marriage comes through, praise God. If marriage doesn't come through, hey, keep living. Keep living. But this is my faith. My faith for you here is this, that it is God who said it's not good for a man to be alone. And he can't say that and you be a covenant child and you are living a responsible life and God won't bring you the one that you need to marry. Remember, God won't bring you a good man for you to stress the man. God won't bring you a good woman for you to stress that woman. God loved that person so good. You know, we are praying, God, send me a good man. Send me a man of God. Send me a woman of God. You think God will bring you a man of God for you to kill him? You think God will bring you a woman of God for you to abuse her? No. So if I'm busy making me good and living scripturally and fulfilling my destiny, God himself will bring that. And I've seen that those who are not really focused on marriage and relationship, and they are focused on pursuing God and pursuing their visions, pursuing their dreams, it happens to them. And those who are focused on it, and they are like, I want to do this thing, and they are looking for means of ways to getting people at all times. That's why you can go to a gym and see a man there and catch the man and say, I declare you safe right now. Let's go get married. It's not going to work.
And you see, I personally, as my husband is saying, when you are busy doing something, I mean, some of us, I was so busy doing things for God, I wasn't even looking at anything. But it came. Okay, when you are busy doing something, serving God, doing whatever you have to do. I mean, now I don't even do, I love traveling. If it wasn't my husband and my children as a responsibility, every weekend I would be somewhere. I love traveling. And before he came, I was traveling. I was traveling everywhere that I needed to know. I was doing it. Guess what? Now he came and added to it. He make it better. But don't just pack your life and all that you are waiting for. It's for Mr. Right to come and make it right. It won't work. Now men are looking for ladies who are smart, not just smart in putting wig on, not expensive wig is what is attracting these men. No, those times have passed. Ladies who they know that you are smart, you are doing something. I mean, if you want to buy a house, just go ahead and buy it. If you meet a man that he also have a house, you put yours in investment. You move to your husband's house. What have you lost? Nothing. So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting? Don't wait. Trust God to live. Live your life in a nice way that anybody that sees it will be attractive. Don't just settle for anything. Because if you are desperate, you will settle for anything that you see. But if you are not desperate and you are living your life, you are enjoying your life. You know, yesterday I saw one of my friends on Facebook post something. That's what I used for my video. He says, I'm not now going to tell you how to behave. You know, I mean, she was saying that some men comes and it's like, you have to even train them how to laugh. And she's like, you are too old for me to come and show, to come and teach you how to laugh. So if you don't know how to treat me, please pack. You know, you have to get to a point that you are confident in who you are, that nobody come and push you around. It's very, very important as we are talking about this love thing. But Bishop, there's a question here. So if I'm married and my partner is not showing me love, should I stay?
Yes. You have to stay. And then you have to, see, there is only one grounds for divorce. One, Jesus said in Matthew 19, for sexual immorality or sin. Mm-hmm. And then number two, if your life is under a threat, a person is going to kill you in the sense that then you have to separate yourself from this person. All right? But apart from that, there has to be, you know, a counseling moment. That is why, please, marry a man under authority. Marry a woman under authority. A man under authority is someone they look up to, someone they listen to. If you are married to someone who doesn't listen to nobody, you are in serious trouble. If you marry a woman who doesn't listen to anybody, you are in serious trouble, because in moments like this, maybe the person doesn't know how. We all are learning. Every day we are learning. When we did our marriage conference, there's a lot of things that I learned to add to what I already know. So in situations like that, the two of you must seek counseling. But the unfortunate thing here is this, that there are some men to go to counseling and submit themselves to be taught to do the right thing. They will be the first to tell you, oh, no, I can't do this. No, I can't do that. No, I can't do this. So you have to find a way to communicate and help this person to go seek counseling. That's why if you marry, the both of you are in the same church, you're all submitted to the same leadership, it's easy for you to seek counseling. And then be frank to talk about these things. Where you are weak, seek for help. Where you need help, ask for help, and God will help you.
Wow. Bishop, my brother add to what you are saying, which is very good. He says that you have to stay. Also know that a marriage requires two forces. The force of working the married, and the force of fighting for it to work, which is very important, because sometimes people think that once you are in, you are in and you don't have to do anything. But that institution demand a very hard working, because human beings are not easy to deal with. So it's involved with a lot of work. We have two questions. So as there's another question. What about when you are constantly giving, but it's never enough? I mean, we are talking about love as giving. But what happens when you are constantly giving attention, giving your sacrifice, giving, you are the one dedicating to the whole relationship, you are sacrificing everything, and it's not enough.
Yes,
what do you do?
So that's another one where counseling is required, because somebody is not understanding something. Again, number two, then there is a conflict of expectation. Maybe what the person is expecting is not what you are giving. Again, people interpret love differently. And that is why, again, you have to find out that both of you know what the person needs. In marriage counseling or in marriage, we tell people there are the basic needs of a wife. There are basic needs of a husband. Are you meeting those needs? There is, basic things. Men need honor. Men need respect. Men need good food. Men need companionship. Men need sex. Women need love. Women need attention. Women need security. If those things are provided within the context of the marriage, and still somebody is nagging and complaining, then there needs to be a sacrifice. Because some people, when they are looking for excuse to execute their diabolical plans, they start nitpicking. They pick on everything, including the good things you do. Okay? Because you see somebody who tells you that, okay, I don't want you to do this. Okay, I will change. And then, well, you are changing. Your change is not fast enough. They complain. You are changing. You are making effort to change. But they say the change is not fast enough. That is also a complaint. Now you have changed to the other extreme. I don't want it out. So these are naggers and these are complainers who are looking for an excuse. So when you go to counseling, it will be found that there is a nagging issue, that either it's with him or maybe something is going on that nobody knows. So again, such situation must be brought into counseling.
Yeah, but Bishop, there are some people who says that I don't want counseling. There are some husbands who think that, who is your pastor to tell me what to do? There are some wife who says that I don't want anybody to know my business. So you are in it, and they don't want anybody to know their business, what is going on. But yet, things are not going the way it needs to go. So in that aspect, what do you do?
Repeat that again, please.
Okay. So I say that you say counseling, which is good. But there are some men who will say that I don't want your pastor to tell me what to do. There are women, they don't want to go to counseling, and this thing keep on happening, and they don't want anybody to know what is going on. But then there's no change.
Yeah.
When it comes to a situation like that, what do?
You have to insist. And if they don't insist, you have to seek help. If they don't want help, you have to seek help. And sometimes that's when the intervention comes in. You have to send a strong message. Because that's also an abuse. Things is not working. Let's get help. You don't want help. You are happy. I'm not happy. You are abusing me.
Okay.
So you have to take a very strong stand. Okay, if that is it, then maybe if you want us to separate so that you can see what I'm trying to say, something got to happen. That is what I'm telling you. See, this whole thing starts with we all starting well. We are not smarter and wiser than God. Marry a man under authority. You yourself, you are under authority. You see, if, for instance, both of you are in the same church and you are under the same leadership and you are going through this and you have suggested to your husband, let's go and seek counseling. And your husband said, well, I don't want pastor to know our business. You still have to tell your pastor. Because if you don't, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. If you don't and you stick in there, your pressure is going to go high. You're going to lose your mind. And when you lose your mind, we will all see it. By that time, it will be too late. I've seen people in abusive relationships. For a man to even tell you, I don't want the pastor to know what is going on, tell you that the person is not ready to change. Because abusers always want to separate you and seclude you. They don't want your mother to know. They don't want your friends to know. They don't want your colleagues to know. They don't want even your friends to know. So you are in secret and you are in pain.
Yeah.
And then you put on a lot of makeup to hide your scars and whatever to come and sit in church. My friend, don't do that. Those days are gone. If you do that, you will die and go to heaven early when your time is not up yet. So speak up. Listen, defend the right thing and don't be afraid. Because it's going to be two things. It's either you are going to stand up for the truth and do the right thing and save your marriage right now, or you prolong and stay there and suffer, and then it's going to end anyway. Because if you die, he's going to go marry somebody else.
That's it.
So what are you going to do? Get up, put your foot down. Tell them, I'm going to tell the pastor anyway. And then you go tell the pastor. And the pastor have to also use wisdom to bring both of you. Because usually, see, men are very egoistic. When they come, what I make them feel very important. Then I want to hear them out. What's going on? You know? And then you use reverse psychology. Don't attack their personhood. Tell them what is required of them to do. A smart and a wise guy will pick it up and do it. Because some of them, you talk to them, you realize that they don't even know. They are very ignorant. They don't read the word of God. And they are very egoistic. And they want to always prove that they are men. Men with nothing. So a true man loves their wife. All right? And a good wife also love and honors their husband. So we want to be able to address some of these things, this issue. Because I don't see you being in a relationship, your spouse is not happy and you don't care. How is that love? That's not love.
Yeah.
That's not love. The goal always is to make sure that you are making each other happy. You are trying, because I'm going out to make you happy. You are coming out to make me happy. So my vision is to make you happy. Your vision is to make me happy. One with the marriage work. One with the relationship work. If that is the goal. But once it flips, I'm in a relationship to make me happy. Whether you're happy or not, I don't care. So I come and cook. You don't like salt. I put a lot of salt in it because that's what I like. Okay? And I know when you eat it, your pressure is going to go high. That means I'm trying to kill you.
Killing me softly. Killing you softly. Okay, there's a question, and this is coming from somebody kind of dating and those things. Can you be in love with two people at the same time? Okay.
You can't be in love with two people at the same time. I mean, if you are dating, you're considering the two. You are considering the two, and the dating is now, you haven't made no commitment. And that's where you are looking at which one you like, and then you ask questions and find out which one do I think I can spend the rest of my life with. And once you figure out that, You cut this one, and then you focus on this one. Yes, you can still maintain friendship with this person. But to say you are in love with two people at the same time, I don't think that that is right. And that is appropriate.
Okay. So now that we are here, before we go, some people say, okay, I love my shoe, I love my, because it's coming from that. You understand? That's why people think that you can love two people. Because they say they love their dog, they love their shoe, they love this, they love that. But it's not the same thing.
It's not the same love.
Yes.
It's not the same love. Sexual love is supposed to be exclusively between two adults who are mutually attracted to each other. Okay? So, and before that love is consummated, it has to be in marriage. Until that is done, there's no business that of course, there have to be a sexual attraction because sex is part of marriage. All right? If it's about marriage, then there have to be these four love. One, there have to be erotic love, which is the sexual love. You are attracted to the person sexually. The person is also attracted to you sexually. You like the physical look. Don't go marry a short person when you are attracted to tall people. There's going to be a problem. Don't go marry a tall person when you are always attracted. You see short people, something begin to move inside of you. Don't go marry what you are not attracted with. There's going to be a problem. Again, you see sometimes people, your husband like, slim people, and then you got married, you gave birth to children, you couldn't lose your baby, this thing. That's going to create a problem. Even though there have to be a compromise. You can't stay at the same weight forever, but then you can't also say that, well, I've given birth, you should understand I'm growing, my hormones have gone whack, so forget it. That is going to create a problem. Are you talking about me? I'm not talking about you. Where did that come from? I'm not talking about you.
Okay, Dr. Love says he's not talking about me. Continue.
So basically, you want to avoid some of these things. And once you deal with those things, guess what? It will be helpful for you. It will be helpful for the relationship. So there has to be sexual love. Then there has to be friends. Your husband has to be your friend and your best friend. Anybody who is married and you have a best friend whose opinion is stronger than the one you are married to, it's a recipe for disaster. Because anytime you have a misunderstanding with your spouse and you call this your so-called friend and it gives you an advice that is contrary to what you and your husband is doing, it's going to create a conflict. It has to come to a point where I have best friends, but none of them exceeds the friendship I have with my husband. None of my friendship with my friends exceeds what I have with my wife. I value your input, but it won't supersede what I have for my husband. All right? That is when the love is pure. And friends protect each other. Friends are always there for each other. Friends defend each other. So you must see your husband or your wife as your best friend. So you can love your husband not just as a sexual partner, but this is my best friend. Then you get to a point where you begin to develop like friendship of, sibling. The love that exists between siblings. Okay? I'm doing this thing for you because you are my sister. You may not even deserve it, but just because we are blood, I'm doing it for you. Just because you are my brother, just because of my sister, I'm doing it for you. Even though it's an inconvenience, I'm doing it for you. That's a love, a kind of love that nobody else can enjoy. There are things we do for our siblings, not because they deserve it. I'm doing it for you because I'm your elder sister, I'm your younger sister. That's why I'm doing this thing for you. I'm doing this thing for you because we are blood. I'm doing this thing for you because I want to help. It has to exist. Then there also have to be agape love. The way you love your car should not be the same way you love your wife. The way you love your job, you say, I love my job, but that shouldn't come before your wife. Okay? That's when we understand some of these things. It helps us to put the love in perspective, and it makes the marriage and the relationship to work.
Wow. This show has been awesome. I told you that you are going to learn a lot. I hope Those of us in the institution of marriage, you have learned a lot. Singles, you have learned a lot. This cut all over relationship. Each one of us have learned a lot today. Let's let our bishop conclude for us as we finish the show.
Love God, love people. Love God and love people. Okay? If you have a good heart towards God, God sees the heart of man, and God will always reward you with what you deserve. Choose not to be selfish. Choose to be selfless. I have seen, a man of God, a young man of God, he was going to get married, and all he was looking for was, I want a woman with money. I want a woman with money. And he got a woman with money with a lot of problems. Then now, the person who showed up, pretending to have a lot of money, lavishing gift on this man, when they got married, then you got to realize that, after all, the person is not what they portray to be. But then it's too late. It's too late. Why? He had an ulterior motive. He had an ulterior motive. When your motive is not genuine, you will end up in a wrong relationship. And you'll be stuck. And number two, if you don't learn how to love, you'll be jumping from person to person, trying to find love. Love is of God. Love is selflessness. Love is you partnering with someone to make their life better as they help you make your life better. Let's be selfless and let's be loving. God bless.
God bless you. Next week, I'm sitting down with one of a friend, a sister, I would say a spiritual daughter, Minister Evelyn. I mean, she is an awesome, awesome woman of God. She just released a single, and it's going all over. But I'm going to sit down with her, and we're going to talk about ministry and everything, and love. I've known her for a while, a mutual love, great relationship we have between us. So as we conclude the month of love, I felt it's very fit for her to come, for us to talk the importance of valuing the people that God bless you with in terms of a relationship. So you don't want to miss the show next week. It's going to be very, very powerful. And thank you so much for sharing the videos and tagging people to come in. Go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to our channel. This year we are using every aspect to make sure that we campaign for Jesus. We campaign for Jesus. So help me to do that. And thank you so, so much. God bless you. And I'll see you next Tuesday, same time at 12. God bless you.
Thank you for taking time out to join us today. We pray that today's discussion will encourage and help you moving forward as a man or woman of influence. We look forward to seeing you next week as we explore another topic of interest. The preceding program is sponsored by the partners and friends of Women of Influence and Grace Place TV. For more information on the Women of Influence show, please visit our website at www.womenofinf.com or follow us on our various social media platforms. You can watch our past episodes on our Women of Influence YouTube channel. Please be sure to like and subscribe. If you have a question, comment, inquiry, or testimony, we would like to hear from you. Feel free to email us. This show will not be possible without the support of viewers like you. If you would like to partner with us or donate to the Women of Influence show, you may do so by any of the provided mediums. Thank you.
Women of Influence. The glory of the Lord shine on you.
Thank you for taking